Today for math, we're going to start our first unit on geometry by finding our geometry flashcards for the first section in the first week, and we will save the second section for next week. So you are going to need some materials that are going to help you creating your flashcards today. You need your anchor binder that has your blue folder inside. Remember, you are not to take out your blue folder. Keep your blue folder inside of your anchor binder. You need a pair of scissors, baggie, glue stick, and your pencil. Once you have your materials that you need, you can come back to the video and push play, open up your blue folder. In the left-hand side, the side that says Interactive Notebook Teach Pages, go ahead and carefully unclip the black clip. You are not going to use these teach pages yet, but the very last two pages, you are going to find only the one sheet that has the words at the top, reflex angle and side. The second sheet that looks almost identical to this will be used for next week. Once you find the correct sheet, place it to the side, then carefully make sure that all your teach pages are still in the right order. Put the clip back up on the top to keep it secure. Close your anchor binder and place it away. We have minimized the vocabulary cards to all fit on one sheet, but your job is to now cut and glue them together. So make sure that you're listening very carefully and watching the example to make sure that you do not accidentally make a mistake, cut in the wrong location, because then that would make you have a more challenging job of finding the correct definition that goes with the correct word. So you're going to start by cutting out the cards. So at the bottom, I'm cutting off the white margin, that's the extra piece, and along the right side, and putting those off in a location you're not going to get mixed up. Then cut straight down the middle. So you have two columns. You can put one up to the side for now. And then you will have your words, your vocabulary term with your definitions side by side. So I'm going to turn mine just to the side so it's a little easier with the cutting process. And I'm cutting in what we call our rows. So I'm going to cut so the word and the definition are still attached. And I keep doing the same process until I'm finished with all of my words. Do this for all of your vocabulary and terms for this first section. And then once you're done with those, you can just kind of scooch them to the side to do the same thing with your second column. Your words and your definitions are side by side, so I'm going to just move my paper to the side to make the cutting a little bit easier. And you're doing this once again, keeping your words and the definitions attached. This will make the vocabulary construction of the cards a little bit easier to do. Once you have all of your cards, you should have 16 words that have definitions in your first section that we're going to be working on. Now, once you have your strips, the next job is an easy fold and glue. There is a line that goes from the word to the definition. You're going to fold backwards to make the word on one side, the definition on the opposite side. In order for those to stay attached, I'm going to use my glue stick. Just put a tiny bit of glue stick on and then push it back together so it will stick to make my tiny vocab flashcard. You're going to continue doing this for each and every card in your 16 for this week. Remember, the good thing about having this on a video is you can pause and restart in case you're not sure what the step is. So you're going to keep doing that for all of them. I'm going to scooch mine to the side. You are going to keep going until all 16 are folded, just like my 3 examples. You should have 2 baggies. The first baggie is going to be used for today's words. The second baggie is going to be used for next week's. So you can go ahead and either write on the card, you can write on the baggie, but I'm going to put a number 1 in a circle to remind myself that this is part of our first set of geometry words. When you're done writing a 1 on every one of your cards, you can store them inside of your baggie so you don't lose them. And then you can keep this baggie either in your math notebook or you can keep it in your basket that you were provided at our Stop, Drop, and Roll. We will be using these cards daily for a review. After our first week with our first set of cards, you will be having a vocabulary quiz. Then you will get a second group of cards, and we will do the same process of creating the cards. Then after a week, we take a quiz. After we have introduced the 2 sections, you will then have every other week, you'll have a quiz on these terms. In geometry, it's super important for you to know the words and the definitions for identification. So make sure that you keep them, that you're going to put them in a safe place, and that you review these words daily.